a big a big a big story, I guess, happened with Grambling State. So Grambling State hires former Baylor football team head coach Art Briles. Now, for people that don't know who Art Briles is, again, he was the former head coach of the Baylor football team. The reason why he is not the head coach of the Baylor football team anymore is because that football team had multiple, and I mean multiple, sexual assault allegations from players. And it turns out that Art Briles knew about almost all, if not all of these sexual assault allegations and did nothing. Like nothing. So because of that, like, he had to go. So Grambling State hires him as like an assistant coach. Which, by the way, for people that don't know, also Grambling State is an HBCU. I think Doug Williams, who was the first African-American quarterback to win a Super Bowl for the Washington Redskins at the time, he went to Grambling State, I believe, and has come out and said that he doesn't support the hiring. I will say this, man. You gotta read the room. Do I think that Art Briles is a possible good coach? Probably. But you got to read the room. That's one of the biggest reasons why when Urban Meyer hired the dude that had a racist background, there was so much uproar. Bro, you're hiring Art Briles, one, to be an assistant coach for HBCU. So he's going to be surrounded by African Americans. And it's hard enough to connect when you're not a part of said race. And I'm not saying that Caucasians cannot coach black schools. I'm not saying that. But there's already a disparity, a huge disparity between African American coaches and PWI schools. There's a huge disparity. Hell, we've been talking about this for weeks now. There's a huge disparity between African American coaches in the NFL. So the assistant coach that Grambling State hires is Art Briles, the same head coach that allowed that was aware of several sexual assault allegations and did nothing. It's not a good look, bro. It's not a good look. I don't think there's so many. Now, I'm not saying that, I'm not saying that they're like people like Todd Bowles or Eric Bieniemy are trying to go to Grambling State. No offense, but there's so many other candidates that you could have chose, bro. And you choose Art Briles. Now, again, I'm not questioning his coaching acumen. I mean, Baylor was a good team when he was a coach. I am questioning his character. And that just goes to show, man. And it's not just top Power 5 conference. It's not just PWIs. People do not like white. Imagine if Lovie Smith, I hate to throw his name in it, or let me say this. Imagine if Jalen Hunter, the former head coach of, I don't know, let's say Arkansas. If I was the former head coach of Arkansas, and there were multiple sexual allegations that hit my doorstep. The players that were under my regime were accused of sexual assault. Multiple players in multiple different occasions. And I did absolutely nothing until like an investigation came out. And they found out that I knew about it and did nothing. Do you think I will have another coaching job, whether it's head coach, assistant coach, towel boy? Do you think I would have another head coaching job, whether it's HBCU or not? Yet and still, Art Briles, bro. It's just the optics are horrible. Horrible. Especially in today's climate, bro. The optics are horrible, man. This was not a good hiring, in my opinion. I completely forgot about Art Briles. Now, do I think people should be forgiven? Yeah. I think there's a room for people to be forgiven, but being forgiven and having another opportunity to do something is completely different. I can forgive you. Doesn't mean I have to let you back into my life. Why? Out of all the head coaches too, man. Art Briles? I know he has a relationship with the coach, I guess. But like, Art Briles?